Welcome everybody, Steve here. Last year we were working on my 71 Chevy C20. I have a 454 in here and I put an MSD fuel injection system in it. Now I promised an update and I've done a couple different things and I've got it running really quite nice and quite like it. So anyway, time for the update. I'm going to zoom in and just show you what it looks like. If you haven't seen my other video, it looks very much stock, and that's really what I liked about the MSD. Yeah, it just looks like a carburetor, but way nicer performance. Now with this setup here, I have the modulating pump. I have a non-returned fuel system. So that means it just pulsates whenever it needs to have some fuel. But they're kind of prone to vapor lock. Now when it gets hot, you get a little bit of an air bubble in your fuel line, and it's going to affect how this reads the fuel pressure. And if there's an air bubble in there and the fuel pressure reads high, it's not going to turn the pump on, your engine won't start. But I'm going to show you what I did, and it seems to have cured that issue. I really think that the return system is the best, and someday down the road, you know, I will try and do that to this truck. But the way I've got it running now, I'm pretty darn happy. The power is unbelievable, and I'm getting better fuel mileage. It's just better. So let's show you what I did to improve the fuel system so I don't get the vapor lock. As you can see from the picture, it's not a very good picture, but you can see the fuel line is fairly close to my exhaust. So what I did was I built a guard over my exhaust, and I insulated the fuel line, and that has made a huge difference, and something you should consider if you're having an issue. I'm going to show you how I insulate it, and you can take it or do your own method, whatever you choose. But let me show you how I did that. So I did three things to insulate that my fuel line. I got some of this, it's just foam insulation that you get from the hardware store for pipes, and I wrapped that around the fuel line. Now to protect this, like I've got the exhaust sitting right here. Even with the deflector, it's going to get hot enough that it'll probably melt this. So to protect this, I wrapped it with this exhaust wrap. Now it's a HD silicone coating. I don't know what the magic is on this stuff, but it seems to work pretty good. It's nice strapping, looks like that. And then third thing I did, took some of this aluminum tape. Basically this is for ducting. Stuck that on there like that, so now I've got a reflective coating, so that gives me one more level of protection. And then basically then I just wrapped it around the pipe, put a tie strap on either end, and so far it's worked great. So you can use that method, or you know, something similar to that. It's worked for me. Maybe it'll work for you. One other thing I did do is I changed my pump squirt, and it seemed to run a little bit better. So you go down to advanced settings, go down to pump squirt, and I dropped it It defaults at 25, and I dropped it down to 20, and I got a little bit more response, and then it just seems to run a little bit better, and maybe even a bit more fuel mileage. I don't know. Kind of hope so. And you can also do your power valve enrich as well. That's down. That should actually be up a little bit. Seems to be running pretty good right there, but I'll probably bring that up, play with that a little bit. So that's one other thing I've done, and it's made a difference. So it really doesn't matter which system you have. Heat is your enemy. And if you saw my other videos, you've seen that I've got my controller inside underneath the dash, so it's not in the engine compartment where there's a lot of heat. And everything is just better when everything's a little bit cooler. Now I know they don't recommend this non-return system if it's, you know, you're in a really hot zone or anything like that. But just by doing a couple little things like I've done, I've been able to keep it working, and it hasn't let me down. The power I get out of this, it's worth every little bit, so I'm doing everything I can to keep it on the road. And eventually, you know, I will change it into a returnless system. But for now, my little tweak has helped, so I really hope that that helps you. It's hard to find information on this stuff, but just a little guard that I've built over top of my exhaust pipe and insulating that line has made a huge difference. Changing the squirt, it's helped out a lot too. Keep tweaking. There's no magic formula for this, and eventually you're going to have it running just the way you want it, and you'll be happy. Till next time, and if I do any more to this, I will give you another update. So, thanks for watching.